headers, content, and make use of HTTP client to make the request. And this is the entire code for it. Or before that, you can create a next step. It is step 7. Then in step 6, I will say create a public string method, and or like not string method, just create a public method and name it as get chatbot response. And this is the code that you need to follow up here. In the next step, in the controller package, in the controller package, create a new Java class and name it as OpenAI controller or chatbot controller, anything you can keep it. This is the code for it. Okay. In the next step, that is step 9, create a new React project, preferably by using Vite. I am giving you a preference that use Vite because my project is using Vite, and now you cannot use npx create react app because it is deprecated. You can use, but there will be other consequences. So create a new React project like that. In the step 10, in the app.jsx file, in the app.jsx file, added the code as per requirement. In the next step, in the React file or in the React project, what we need to add an input box, add an input box button to send request, and an array to accept the response from the APIs. And this is going to be your code for React. I will give you app.css file also. Otherwise, you will say that time it was looking different. In my system, it is looking different. Okay, so this is just done. We will create one final project of Spring Boot. Again, choice will be yours. I'll give you choices. We'll build that, right? This time, choose wisely. Don't say after 2 days that we want to change the project. No other option will be there. Because if we have written half the code, we can't change the project. I'll give you 2-3 days to decide. Read about all the project. If you have any Spring Boot project in your mind, come to me, we'll build that. In that, we will make use of APIs. In that, we will make use of authentication. In that, we will make use of security. In that, we will do all the CRUD operations. So don't worry about all of these things. In that, we will use Thymeleaf as well. So everything we will use. Don't worry. Okay. Postman? Which connection? Swagger is there. The main tool Swagger is there. Instead of Postman, we use Swagger, not Postman. Postman is easy, and that's why I told you this for quick API testing. But we will use Swagger tool for that. In Swagger, I'll give you the entire step-by-step procedure. Hey, what happened? Sandeep, what happened? Understanding purpose. We'll give you Swagger. Swagger is a same tool like Postman, and that is used. Postman is not used too much, but it is used for Java purpose and Spring Boot purpose. Swagger is used, right? We'll say about Swagger. What is the full form of JPA, Venkatesh? Venkatesh, right? What is data JPA? Read the documentation that I am giving you, right? Now we are going to discuss about time leaf. So I started my discussion by asking you a question. What is the drawback of HTML? Time leaf. The HTML drawback is very easy. Everything is static in HTML. Everything is static. Static means if you are writing h1 2 plus 2, it will say 2 plus 2. It can't say 4. Means HTML is not having any logic. Thymeleaf is a extension to HTML. What is Thymeleaf? It is a extension to HTML, or you can say we were using JSP. Very confusing it was, right? Very confusing. But Thymeleaf is a alternative of JSP. If you ask me the uses of JSP versus Thymeleaf in industry, so I will say that both are used, but the percentage is more towards Thymeleaf, right? Not JSP because of his ugly syntax. That's the only problem. So Thymeleaf is such a extension to HTML. First problem in JSP is your page should be index.jsp like that, right? Your pages should be like index.jsp. You should import those things at the top. You have to import JSTL tag library. But in HTML or in this Thymeleaf, your file will be like this only, index.html, means no change. In that only you don't have to import also anything. We will just use Thymeleaf to generate our project. And then if I'm saying you what is Thymeleaf, you can say that it is a view template. Till now, with how many view templates you have worked? We have worked with HTML, means the thing which is used to create the view or the front end. So HTML is used. We have worked with JSP in our previous classes. JSP is used for that. Now we are going to work with Thymeleaf for that. And this Thymeleaf is also used to create the view only, like JSP and HTML. It is also used for the same purpose. What was the drawback of HTML? So the drawback of HTML was it is all static. If you are writing h1 2 plus 2, it will give you date output as 2 plus 2. It will not say 4. That problem somehow we solved using JSP pages, that is Jakarta server pages. But for that, we have to import dependencies, lot of other dependencies we have to import. But as of now, after importing the dependencies also, we used to import JSTL tag library. We have to import JSTL tag library. So lot of thing we need to import. Thymeleaf is very simple, sorrow and easy to use thing. Thymeleaf is very simple to use here. And you don't have to create any other kind of file. Just your HTML file is enough for that. You create your file using HTML only. That is fine. So we'll write a quick definition about it. So we'll say Thymeleaf is a modern web develop, it's a modern server side Java template engine. What it is Java template engine or view template. We can call our Thymeleaf both. That server side means it will have logic also. If something is coming from server, it will be having logic also. So Thymeleaf is a modern server side Java template engine or view template for creating web application. It is primarily used in Spring and Spring Boot projects. So it is especially built for Spring and Spring Boot only. In simple words, we can say that Thymeleaf is an extension to normal HTML. What is Thymeleaf? Thymeleaf is a extension to our HTML. It is useful in rendering the views in web application which will be having some logic from server side, or which will be having some server side logic. So that is our Thymeleaf, right? Now I'll give you a quick example. We created a student management and employee management system project. Our database was sending two things, model and view. Actually we can hold by directly, but for holding data we were running a C for each loop, and that was like completely confusing part. Here also, when server is sending you some data, server is sending you some calculations, at that time it will be helpful to use Thymeleaf, right? At that time it will be helpful to create a Thymeleaf project because it will be very easy to use. So same time, steps of creating a Thymeleaf project. So very simple, create a new Spring Boot project by adding the dependency. First dependency that you need to add is Spring Web, and second is Thymeleaf. That's it. Nothing you have to do. So let's go to Eclipse. I'll go to new project. I will create a Spring Starter project. In that, I'll give it a name. You can use website also, right? It's lagging, just a minute. So I will create a Spring Boot with Thymeleaf. In that, I will add the dependencies of Spring Web and Thymeleaf. These two dependencies I will add there. Thymeleaf and Spring Web. That's it. Finish it. And let's close all these running files. So project is getting created. Till then, let's discuss about something here. Using the Thymeleaf starter dependency or Thymeleaf dependency, it will give us two things. First thing that it will give you is Thymeleaf attributes. It will give you Thymeleaf attributes. What are attributes? Attributes in HTML. Huh? Say it loudly. Say background color. Those are style, not attribute. Text align. This is also style. Attribute attribute means extra information about any tag. Let's say if I'm writing img, if you are writing src, alt, anchor tag. What is anchor tag? Yes. Say href, don't say anchor tag. So this src is an attribute, this alt is an attribute, href is an attribute. If you are giving id is an attribute. If you are giving class is an attribute. So hashtag action, yeah, that is also. So these are all attribute. Whenever you are giving some extra information about any particular tag, that is your attribute. So whenever you are using Thymeleaf, so project is created, Spring Boot with Thymeleaf. So you will see one thing, that Thymeleaf is coming as a starter. Thymeleaf is coming as a starter, and the main starter of this project is web. Main starter of this project is web, and it is having the Thymeleaf starter as well. So whenever we are working on Thymeleaf, it will give us two things. First is Thymeleaf attributes. Second thing, it will give us Thymeleaf expression. Thymeleaf expressions. It will give you two things: Thymeleaf attributes and Thymeleaf expression. What we will do is we will go to our project, and in the resources part you will see static templates. Whatever your static views are there, means your first file index.html, we will write that file in the static folder. So in this static folder I will create a new HTML file. First file that every server finds is index.html. So in the static folder, we have created a index.html file. First, we'll write a heading into it, and we will say that is Spring Boot project with Thymeleaf. With Thymeleaf. Go to main class, and we will start our application. So started on 8080. We'll open now localhost 8080, and it is loading my index.html file. Spring Boot project with Thymeleaf. Very good. Now let's discuss what are the expressions that Thymeleaf will give you, or attributes you can say. At first we will discuss about expression. Time leaf will give you a variety of expressions where we can write the logic. Where we can write the logic. Example, it will give us mainly four things it gives. The first one, let's say I'll keep with A. The first one is dollar and curly brackets. You remember using backtick, we used to write like this. So this is time leaf expression also, that you can make use of dollar and curly brackets. Second, you can make use of hash and curly brackets. Third, you can make use of at the rate of curly brackets. Fourth, you can make use of star and curly brackets. Now, where is their use case? Like where we will be using them? Used for variables. Used for variables, or simple words like in terms of Spring Boot, we'll say variables expression to model attribute. To model attribute. If you are writing hash curly bracket, it is for message expression. It is for message expression, means if you have to write a message. At the rate is for URL expression, means if you are writing any URL, then you will make use of at the rate of. Star, just guess it, why we will be using star? It's from database. Why we use star in database? Selecting the data, if you want all the data, select asterisk from. So here also it is selection expression. It is selection expression. So these are the four expression given to you by time leaf. Now what attribute it gives us? Attributes are the extra information provided to any tag. What is an attribute? Attributes are the extra information provided to any tag. Timeleaf offers us a variety of attributes that we can use easily. That we can use easily. There are a lot of things are there. So whenever we are writing, let's say some of the examples we will say, we can write here if we can write attributes in th colon text. We can write th colon if, then we can write th column each, then we can write th colon insert, etc. So these are the attribute. Th stands for time leaf. Now let's create a project, means in that project only we will say. So as you know that in localhost 8080 we are loading the home page. Now I want to perform some operation here. What operation I want to perform? In the templates folder, static file you create in the static folder. Template will be having the dynamic files. First file is only static, after that all the files are dynamic. So in templates, I will create a new HTML file. I will create new HTML file and I will write the name of my file as profile.html. I just want to show a user profile in this. Got it? Okay. So in this, I will give a heading that profile page. Profile page. In the index.html, I will create a anchor tag. anchor tag will be taking me to the profile page. So I will write my href here. Href is profile. As this is Spring Boot, so you have to declare the controllers. Same logic, MVC logic is there. So if you refresh it now, we are getting the profile page, but it will show white label page error page because it's not available. So in the base package, I will create a controllers package. In the base package, I will create a controller package. In this controller package, I will create new Java class. Same method, home controller. Home controller. Now this class should be a controller. Okay, it is a controller. And each class is having functions, string function. So public string profile page. Public string profile page. And what it will return? It will return the path of profile page. So return profile. When it will return? When someone is requesting it. When someone is requesting it for slash profile. That's it. Very easy. Already we are done with this part, fetching the request and all. So let's restart our application. Whenever you are creating new controllers, restart your application. So this is done. So we'll go to profile page, and this time we are coming to profile page. Now, as this is a profile page, generally how the profile page looks, it gives a welcome message that if I am the user, it will say welcome Shivam. If Sandeep is a user, it will say welcome Sandeep. So what I will do is I will show a welcome message that welcome colon Shivam. But this Shivam value is static here. This Shivam value is static. It will come, right? This welcome Shivam will come. Okay, we will restart the server, it will come, but it is a static value. I want this value to come from the controller. I want this value Shivam to come from the controller of this profile page. So who is the controller of this profile page? This profile page method is the controller. Here I will declare string username equals to Shivam. Now I want to use this username in my HTML page. That's why ThymeLeaf is used. Till now we haven't used ThymeLeaf. But if I want to use this username where in my HTML page, if I am changing the username in controller, it should change in HTML also. Because JavaScript can handle logic. So logic will be handled in JavaScript, but how you will send that? So already discussed that whenever you have to send some data model, right? We returns model and view. So this particular part is having a model argument. Spring framework imported from Spring framework. So what we will do is we will add this username into this model object. So I will write model dot add attribute. What attribute? Attribute contains two things. Variable name that you are sending. I am sending the name to HTML file. What is the variable name in your Java? Username. So like this. That's it. And return the profile page. You are sending one model also. In model, one attribute you are sending. What is the attribute name that we will use in HTML? Name attribute. Or here, let me write only user. And you are sending the value of user. So you have to use this name. Now, how we will use this name? So we will go to profile here, and in this H2, I will first write welcome because welcome is static. Welcome is static. So at first, I'll write welcome. In this welcome, I will create a H3 tag. Means inside H2, I will create a new H3 tag. Now this H3 tag will be writing the logic of time leaf. So first expression is dollar brackets and first attribute is th text. So I am saying that I will write the text value of H3. Generally in JavaScript we call inner text, inner HTML. Here we say text. What text? th colon text. th colon text equals to quotes. In that we will write the value. What value? Dollar curly brackets. What is the username? Means by what is the variable that is sent by the controller. Name variable is sent by the controller. Same name I will write here. And let's restart our application now. So we'll refresh and everything is fine. We'll go to profile page and here it is saying welcome Shivam. You are using H3, that's why it's coming here. If you want to write the same message in single tag, if you want to write it in the single tag, that why we are using H3, I don't want to use H3. So I will say okay. Then write the th text here, th colon text. Don't write welcome here because it will be overwritten. So here I will write th colon text equals to quotes. In the quotes, first you have to write the values. I will say dollar curly brackets. In these curly brackets, first I will give a single quotes. In that I will say welcome colon. Welcome colon. Single quote means string you are writing plus name. It's like Java, right? It's like Java. That's it. So here we'll write one space as well. And maybe you need to refresh it. So we'll go and restart our server. Welcome. Sure. Got it? That is how we use the time leaf to check the data, right? So lot of other things are there in this, like if, each, insert. We'll see all of these things tomorrow. Now you have one task to fix from the talk to me application. First fix that, and if you are done with that, create a time leaf project and just write this basic code. Got it? Tomorrow we'll discuss all of these things. In that way we use the time leaf. So if I'm changing the username in Spring Boot, the Java file, so let's say here we'll write Sandeep. Restart your application. Welcome Sandeep. So message is changing, right? Logic you are writing in HTML. It's very easy than JSP to use it here. Okay, fine guys, let's connect again tomorrow. Have